Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Secretary, note that all the commission members are present tonight. Agenda item 4, approval of the minutes from the May 20th meeting. Do I hear a motion? Everybody get a chance to review them?
Yes.
I move that we accept the minutes from the last commission meeting.
Second.
Motion and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Citizen comments from the floor. Now is the time for citizens who'd like to address the Planning and Zoning Commission on any non-agenda item. Is there anyone present who would like to do that? Okay. Agenda item 6, disclosure ex parte communications. Anyone? No? All right. Old business, there's none. New business. Case number 153000001. A public hearing to consider a use permit for the addition of self-service vacuums at Superstar Car Wash. Open the public hearing.
Hello? Okay. Thank you, Chairman and Commission. Good evening. This item is a request for a use permit, from John Riddell Architects on behalf of Superstar Car Wash located on Dysart Road, north of Van Buren, to add self-serve vacuums to the existing site. The site is Zone C2, as well as the surrounding parcels to the north, west, and south. Commercial development of Avondale is located to the west of the property on the other side of Dysart Road. On the northwest corner of the Superstar Car Wash parcel, there are 3 residential units. These homeowners were notified of the potential vacuum addition along with other homeowners who live to the north and west of the car wash. The citizen review meeting was held on May 27th, and no residents attended this meeting. Public hearing notices have been satisfied, and staff has received 1 phone call from a resident concerned about potential noise additions. The site plan shows that the vacuums will be placed on the east side of the car wash. They will replace the existing parking spaces. They are located on the east side to prevent any impact to the neighboring residents. They will look similar to what's shown in your packets. That's the style that they'll be using when they build them. And to conclude, the existing car wash is Zone C2. It already conforms with the general plan, and staff recommends approval subject to the stipulations noted, and the architect is available for any questions. Thank you.
Do we have any questions for staff? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Would the applicant like to speak? Please state your name and address for the record.
My name's John Riddell with John Riddell Architects, 7524 East Angus Drive, Suite 1, Scottsdale, Arizona, 85251. I'm here today representing Superstar Car Wash. We did this project several years ago, and this self-vacuum addition is a result of kind of the change of the car wash industry in our valley. And this is offering a service to his existing and loyal customers that would otherwise possibly go somewhere else and use a express car wash. They'll stay with his car wash, and he provides that service that they can have the express or the full service. And we had located the vacuums out along the front that moves them as far away from any of the residential property in the rear, and it also allows for very easy access for that express customer user. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the applicant? Thank you. Okay, can I have a motion and a second?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we recommend approval of case number 15-30000 001.
Second.
Second.
That's been moved by Commissioner Kish and seconded by Vice Chairman Hamilton. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Agenda item 8.3, case number 152100002. Public hearing to consider an amendment to the Palm Valley Phase 9 development for a site on 8.6 acres at the northeast corner of 146th Avenue and Camelback Road. I'm going to open the public hearing, and Chris is going to present.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Commission members. The request is for an amendment to the Palm Valley Phase 9 PAD for the site vacant of 8.61 acres on the northeast corner of 146th Avenue and Camelback Road. The current zoning designation for the parcel is MF18. The zoning amendment would allow attached duplex product on 48 lots and revise the development standards. The new development will be designed and constructed in accordance with the approved City of Goodyear design guidelines. Staff has reviewed the request and finds that it meets the criteria and conditions for a PAD amendment. The planned area development zoning district is intended to accommodate and encourage and promote developments with innovative designs involving residential and non-residential uses. On May 8th, 2006, the City Council adopted Ordinance 06-1002, rezoning approximately 209 acres of property, generally located at the north of Camelback Road, west of the Sun Health property in Litchfield Park, and east of Falcon Dunes Golf Course. This rezone is known as Palm Valley Phase 9. The property was rezoned from agricultural to final planned area development for mixed-use residential and light industrial and open space. The Enclave PAD amendment site is a vacant piece of property on 8.61 acres on the northeast corner of 146th Avenue and Camelback. Directly adjacent to the north of Palm Valley Phase 9 is Luke Air Force Base. To the east is Litchfield Park and the Sun Health properties. To the south is Litchfield Park and an existing single-family residential community. To the west is single-family residential development within the Palm Valley Phase 9 PAD. And then also to the north is existing single-family residential within the Palm Valley Phase 9 PAD. Access to the proposed site will be off 146th Avenue, and there will be two entrances off of 146th Avenue. The general land use plan designates the property as neighborhood. The development standards for neighborhoods allow medium density residential with densities greater than 5 dwelling units per acre up to 12 dwelling units per acre may be considered along arterial roads. The proposed Enclave Palm Valley North development contains 48 residential dwellings at a density of 5.58 dwelling units per acre. The development of the site will not increase the allowable maximum building units nor the maximum allowable density for Palm Valley Phase 9. One entry monument would be located on the corner of 146th Avenue and Camelback. And here's a conceptual rendering of what that entry monument could look like. There are 4 proposed open tracks, creating approximately 14.2% open space, or 1.22 acres. and proposes a community-specific pool for the enclave development. Typical lot sizes proposed are 45 feet by 100. However, there are a number of lots that are deeper than that at 110 feet. The Enclave Palm Valley North PAD identifies site design and building architecture design guidelines for the proposed development, contains illustrated building concepts. The architectural elevation themes proposed for the project are Spanish, Craftsman, and Prairie. And on the screen are 3 examples of some conceptual elevations of what those elevations could look like. We did notify Phoenix Goodyear Airport, given the location and the nature of the proposed development, the airport would not be adversely affected. Copy of the PAD amendment and conceptual development plan were sent to Luke Air Force Base for review and comment. The subject property is approximately a quarter mile outside the high noise or accident potential zone and is subject to periodic overflights from the base. Staff received a response from Mr. James Mitchell, the Director of Community Initiatives for the 56th Fighter Wing. A copy of those letters were included in your staff report. Luke's concerns remain the same as the inherent dangers have not changed from 2006. The property is located adjacent to the base's high explosive munitions storage area and less than a mile from the jet engine maintenance pad. It should be noted, however, that the density for the subject PAD amendment would decrease the density from what was previously approved for that parcel. It was recommended by Luke that the city chooses to approve the Enclave PAD amendment. Special consideration be given to mitigate the sound and noise issues. Stipulations have been added with regards to the sound attenuation and disclosure of the disclosure to the potential residents. In accordance with the citizen review process, a written notice was sent to the surrounding property owners within 500 feet, and to date, no comments or concerns have been received by any citizens. In closing, staff recommends the approval of the request for the PAD amendment to Palm Valley North Phase 9 PAD. The development of the parcel should be in conformance with the development plan and PAD document dated April 10th, 2015. That concludes my presentation for this evening. I am available for comment, and the applicant is also here this evening.
Thank you. Are there any questions for staff?
I do. That road, Camelback Road, is that going to be widened at all? Because I know where the new development is being built, it's widened there.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have any plans for widening that road as you head west to Saraville?
Mr. Commissioner Maloney, to the west of Saraville?
No, the road, the Camelback right there is very narrow, I believe. Do they have any plans to widen that road going west?
I believe it's already widened. Kate?
Thank you, Chairman and Commissioner Maloney. There would not be any widening as part of this project. As you can kind of see from the aerial, that the road is in the condition that the developer is required to bring it to. To be honest, I don't know our CIP well enough to know if we have any projects on Camelback Road outside of this development. We can certainly look at that information and get it to you on any plans to develop Camelback Road. But, they're just, a developer is simply required to make the improvements immediately in front of their development. That's the only portion that they're responsible for.
I know, is it Toll Brothers that is right there also?
Thank you. I'm not positive.
Okay.
The applicant. Oh, I'm seeing nods of the head. That yes, that is Toll Brothers.
So the Toll Brothers is there, and that's where that road is wide. Okay, but I was wondering if they had any plans to continue widening that road to where this development is going to be. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Would the applicant like to speak?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the Commission, Ed Bull, 702 East Osborne, representing Mattamy. The applicant would like to speak only if I need to. We appreciate staff's recommendation. We accept the stipulations. We're fine with all of them. If you need a presentation, we'll be happy to provide it, but if you're comfortable with staff's recommendation, so are we. So I turn to your guidance as to.
Are there any questions for Mr. Bull?
Nope.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? All right. Can I have a motion in a second?
I make a motion that we pass 145-210-00002.
Second.
It's been moved by Vice Chair Hamilton and seconded by Commissioner Bray. Any commission discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Case agenda item 8.3, case 153000002. Public hearing to consider the use permit to allow convenience use for Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen drive-through restaurant. Mr. Floden.
Thank you, Mr.
Floor is
Chairman
yours.
and Commission members. This is a use permit for convenience use, a drive-through restaurant to facilitate the development of a Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen located at the northwest corner of Pebble Creek Parkway and McDowell Road. The new drive-through restaurant will be designed and constructed in accordance with the approved design guidelines for the Cobblestone Creek Marketplace. Staff has reviewed the request and finds that it meets the conditions and required findings for a use permit. Pad 7 is approximately 1.03 acres within the Palm Valley Planned Area Development. Pad 7 of the Cobblestone Creek Marketplace is depicted in the shown aerial with the red shading. The property is zoned PAD with an underlying zoning of C2. Existing land uses and the zoning surrounding the subject property are to the north, undeveloped commercial property within Cobblestone Creek. To the east, partially developed commercial property within Estrella Falls Marketplace. To the south, undeveloped commercial property within Cobblestone Creek. And to the west, developed residential property within Palm Valley Phase 8. A conceptual site plan and building elevations for the new drive-through restaurant have been submitted as part of the use permit application. The basic configuration of the drive-through lane will include a single queuing lane with a menu board and a single speaker box. The drive-through lane will start on the west side of the building, wrap around the south where the pickup window is located, and then exit towards the east. The restaurant will contain approximately 3,000 square feet of interior floor area. It will include indoor and outdoor seating in addition to the proposed drive-through component. The exterior facade is consistent with the Cobblestone Creek design guidelines. We did notify Phoenix Goodyear Airport and Luke Air Force Base, and given the location and the nature of the development, neither the airport nor the base had any adverse effects. In accordance with the citizen review process, a written notice was sent out to all the surrounding property owners within 500 feet of the property. To date, no comments or concerns have been received from the public. In closing, staff recommends approval of the request for use permit to facilitate the development of a Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen within the Cobblestone Creek development. The development of the parcel should be in conformance with the development plan dated June 11th, 2015. That concludes my presentation for this evening. I'm available for any questions, and so is the applicant.
Thank you. Are there any questions for staff? The applicant like to speak.
Thank you very much, Chairman and committee members. My name is Tony Wiggins. I represent ID Studio 4, the architecture firm designing this restaurant. I think Chris did an adequate job of covering everything. We've been working really hard with the planning department to be within the Cobblestone Creek guidelines, and I'm leaving it up to staff recommendation for your decision.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the applicant? Seeing none, can I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we recommend approval of case number 153000002.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Kish, seconded by Commissioner Bray. Any commission discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, 8.4, case 15630000001. Consider approval of a comprehensive sign package for the Goodyear Municipal Complex.
Thank you, Chairman. This next request is an amendment to the existing Veneta Business Complex Comprehensive Sign Package to create the Goodyear Municipal Complex Comprehensive Sign Package. After the city was purchased in 2012, the Goodyear Library moved into Building C. It was important to redesign the signage to create a package that was unique and easy to navigate. The signage has already been implemented to expedite the accessibility of city departments, while the sign package guidelines were being defined to provide compatibility with Franklin Pierce University signage. As I've shown in the provided documents, the comprehensive sign package is comparable to the guidelines provided in the zoning ordinance and other sign packages that have been approved in Goodyear. And therefore, staff recommends approval. And Mark Flynn is also available to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for staff? All right, seeing none. Is there an applicant that would like to speak? No? No? Yep.
Mr. Commissioner, members of the council, my name is Mark Flynn. I work in Public Works here in the city of Goodyear, and I don't have a need for a presentation for you unless there are questions you'd like to have answered. But we're excited about being able to implement this on behalf of the city and make sure that we can help folks get to where they want to head to within those complexes. I'm certainly open to field any questions that you may have.
Okay. Are there any questions for Mr. Flynn? Nope, seeing none.
Thank you for your consideration.
Can I have a motion in a second?
I'd like to make a motion to pass case number 15-630-00001.
Second.
It's been moved by Vice Chair Hamilton, seconded by Commissioner Short. Any commission discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. All right, 8.5, case 15220000002. Public hearing to consider a zoning ordinance text amendment regarding signage. And it looks like it's been withdrawn from the city of Goodyear. I'm going to defer to Katie for any questions.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, I'm sorry for the last minute notice, but this was a city-initiated application, and we've had to withdraw it. It's actually related to the zoning ordinance text amendment you heard last month, that we discovered that there was some procedures that we'd been following that might not have been to the letter of state statute. So we want to go back and make sure we're following the proper procedures, especially for something as important as signage. The other wrinkle is, you may have heard or not heard, but there's actually two important signage cases with the Supreme Court right now that actually happen to be Arizona, Gilbert and Scottsdale. And the Gilbert case could have some very significant changes to signage depending on what comes down. And so we just thought it was also best to hold off, because we don't want to be making changes and then find out just in a week or two that we made some changes that are actually hurting the community or hurting our businesses. So we'll be bringing this back to your next meeting. And again, I apologize for the late notice, but that we just
What's
worked on
off
this.
the top of your head? Do you know what's being argued? Like, what are the facts, and what do you?
The Gilbert Supreme Court case was regarding, and I am not an attorney, but it's regarding signage for places of worship, and they weren't given the same. There were some signs that were allowed, and they weren't allowed for places of worship, and basically they were saying that that's discriminatory to allow one type of business a sign and not the other. And the question, and we have all sorts of signage that basically you kind of have to read it to know what type of sign it is. We call something a directional sign or a gas station sign, or there's different types of signs. And there's a strict interpretation that by having to read it to tell what type of sign it is, that's regulating content, and that's regulating free speech, and you're not allowed to do that. And if the Supreme Court agrees, that it could change our sign ordinance significantly. cities have typically taken a different view that it is fair to, call something a yard sale sign, call something a real estate sign, call something a, monument sign, and that makes sense. So there could be a very strict interpretation that comes down from the Supreme Court. The one in Scottsdale is regarding sign walkers, which doesn't have this, it's interesting, and we may want to update our zoning ordinance, but it doesn't have this domino effect of impact like this Gilbert case does.
Thank you. Any other staff communication?
Just to let you know, we are trying to get final confirmation, but so far it looks like we're probably going to be canceling the July meeting. We don't have any pressing cases, plus because of City Council takes their break, it kind of makes the July meeting not quite as necessary because people have to wait to August for their City Council anyway. So we'll get final, I'm hoping to get final confirmation of that this week and let you all know whether we're having a July meeting, but you can probably count that we're not going to have a July meeting. But that's the only communication I have.
Okay, thank you. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned.